Welcome to the UNC Chapel Hill Background Check Computer-Based Training, CBT, for all new and existing background check initiators. This training will give you a comprehensive, detailed look at each step required to request and receive the results of a background check. The training will walk you through getting started with your user access credentials, all the way through retrieving background check results. This training is vitally important, as the background check process plays a major part in the hiring of an applicant. By adhering to the proper rules and guidelines outlined throughout this training, you can avoid delays in the hiring process or unnecessary expenditure of funds, which can adversely impact you, the candidate, your department, and the university. There are several steps required as a new user to gain access to CastleBranch, our background check vendor at UNC Chapel Hill. 1. You'll need to contact the Background Check Unit. 2. You'll need to complete the Background Check CBT and Knowledge Check located at sakai.unc.edu. A link to the training will be provided to you from the Background Check Unit. 3. Once the training is complete, you'll need to work with your supervisor to contact your Access Request Coordinator, or ARC, to request access. 4. Pending approval, your access credentials will be created and issued to you. 5. Access the CastleBranch website at www.castlebranch.com and log in. The CastleBranch homepage can be located at www.castlebranch.com. Click on the Sign In button on the top right of the webpage. Enter your login credentials that you received via email from UNC Chapel Hill Background Check Unit. Only authorized users may access the CastleBranch system. As a reminder, as per Information Technology Services Policy, you're not permitted to share your login credentials with anyone else. Additionally, you're responsible for properly managing the confidential information in the CastleBranch system. The preferred web browsers for the CastleBranch system is the most recent version of Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Please note that using other web browsers such as Internet Explorer or Safari are not supported, and errors can occur that could prevent you from placing your order. If you receive an error message in Chrome or Firefox, try clearing the cache and cookies in your browser and resubmit. If problems do persist, you can contact the CastleBranch Applicant Help Desk at 1-888-723-4263. Next, we'll discuss the candidate invitation process, including adding an applicant to the vendor system, initiating the Evite, which includes selecting the correct background check package and what the applicant receives and responds to for CastleBranch to start the investigation process. Throughout this training, applicants will be referred to as candidate appointees, and Evites will be referred to as candidate invitations. The Department Background Check Initiator will send the welcome email shown here to the candidate appointee with instructions regarding their background check. Following the welcome email, the background check is initiated by completing the Evite and sending it to the candidate appointee to start the background check process. Once you enter your login credentials, you'll be brought to the portal home screen. The home screen includes links to key information and background check services. First, we'll review how to initiate an email invitation to the candidate appointee. CastleBranch refers to this invitation as an Evite. In order to initiate an invitation, you'll need to collect name, department number, position title, and other demographic information from the candidate appointee. This information is used by the vendor and the Background Check Unit. To initiate an Evite, click on the Tools drop-down menu. This option is where you'll be able to place an order for an individual's background check. Before you can invite your applicant, you must first add them to your school or division account. Under the Tools drop-down menu, select Manual Add Applicants. Do not select Place Order. Place Order doesn't send the background check invitation to the candidate. This option doesn't capture candidate appointee data. and you'll have to start the process over again, which will delay the background check process. Mass add applicants should be avoided. If you need to send an invitation to more than one applicant at a time, contact the background check unit at 919-962-5742 for guidance. On the next screen, you'll enter the following information. A. Select the account associated with your department in the drop-down menu. If you only have access on one school division account, you'll only see that one listed in the drop-down menu. B. Click Add Applicant and complete all required fields. Any item with a red asterisk is a required field, with the applicant's information. C. If you'd like to initiate invitations for multiple candidates at one time, you can click Add Another to create additional candidate profiles. D. Click Continue to proceed after you've entered all candidates. Important note: just adding an applicant to your department roster will not initiate a background check. You must proceed to the next step, to send the invitation to the candidate appointee. Before you can send the invitation, you must verify all information entered is correct. Items marked by a red asterisk are required fields. A. Click Edit to change any information as needed. B. Click Continue to proceed to the next page. If the candidate appointee name is not entered correctly, it can't be changed until after the candidate responds to the invitation. At this point, contact the customer service rep at CastleBranch and edit the incorrect information before the investigation was complete. If incorrect information is entered, the vendor will not be able to complete the background check properly, and a new background check with the correct information will have to be ordered and completed at the cost of the hiring department. A simple data entry mistake can delay the background check and hire, as well as increased costs to your department. Please ensure all data entry is double-checked and entered correctly prior to clicking Continue. The next confirmation screen will indicate the candidate appointee profile was added successfully. Click Return to Roster to search for candidate appointee profile. Please note, if a mistake is identified after invitation is sent, it can be corrected after the invitation has been completed. You'll need to contact the CastleBranch Customer Service Desk at 888-723-4263 to edit any errors in the data entered during the profile creation. Once the background check is complete, the error cannot be corrected, and a new background check will need to be requested to ensure the right information is being investigated. This is why it's so important to verify all information prior to submitting the profile. Before you can invite your candidate appointee, you must first add them to your division or school account as follows. A. Click on the Added Applicants tab to search for the candidate appointee that you just entered. B. Search for the candidate by entering first or last name or social security number, SSN, in the search box and click Find. C. Click on the candidate appointee's name to open the Employee Details screen. If you don't see the candidate appointee profile you created, you may need to refresh your browser or sign out and sign back into the portal. Click on the Evites tab towards the bottom of the page. Next, click Issue Evite at the bottom of the page. Issuing the invitation generates the electronic invitation to the candidate appointee to start the background check process. Based on each appointment type, there can be different components in the background check which are collectively added together to create a package. Before you select a package, review the Background Check Package Matrix A for employee positions here on Matrix A, falling under one of the following categories: SHRA Permanent, SHRA Temp, EHRA Non-Faculty Permanent, EHRA Non-Faculty Temp, Faculty, Adjunct Faculty, Postdocs, UNC Student Resident Advisors, and others, to determine the correct background check package needed based on requirements of the position and appointment types. This matrix can be found on the hr.unc.edu website and search for Background Check Package Matrix. Determine the type of appointment the individual is being considered for. Then determine if the position requires a DMV search, degree verification, and/or professional license verification. These checks will also be completed as part of the background check, if required for the position. Now that you've reviewed the Employee Package Matrix, let's take a look at the Non-Employee Package Matrix here on Matrix B. If you're initiating a background check for a non-employee, review the Background Check Package Matrix for non-employee appointments, falling under one of the following categories: unpaid intern, unpaid volunteer, unpaid visiting scholar, and UNC Chapel Hill independent contractors, to determine the correct package needed based on the appointment type and services that will be rendered. Additionally, determine if the position requires a DMV search, degree verification, and/or professional license. These will also be ordered when completing the background check order if any are required. Remember, selecting the correct package based on the appointment type is vitally important. Selecting the wrong package could cost your department money, delay the background check process, and/or delay the hire process. Please review position description being recruited for and determine what package is needed and if DMV, licensure, or education verification is needed. After determining which package is needed based on the matrices previously reviewed, you'll follow the next steps. First, verify that the email address is correct for the candidate appointee. Next, select the appropriate employee or non-employee package by reviewing the package selection matrix referenced on the previous slides. Selecting the correct package based on the position is vitally important. Selecting the wrong package could cost your department money, delay the background check process, and/or delay the hire process. Please review position description being recruited for and determine what package is needed and if DMV, professional licensure, or education verification is needed. After selecting the correct package, you'll then enter an expiration date for the candidate appointee to complete the electronic invitation. The recommended time frame for invitations is 5 days. Complete all required fields indicated by an asterisk. Please note that a default date is not inserted automatically, and you must select a date manually each time an Evite is created. The date entered will be the day the invitation expires. If the candidate appointee hasn't responded to the invitation by the date you select, you'll need to issue a new invitation on the candidate's profile page. When entering Chartfield fund and source codes, verify that all Chartfield components are correct and the account has adequate funding. It's imperative that the Chartfield string is correct. Errors in these fields will cause significant delays in the background check process, the hiring process, or the internal billing reconciliation. It's vitally important that these questions are answered correctly, as they indicate which background check components are researched during the background check process. The responses will vary based on the position requirements and must be consistent with the package selected. Once all information is entered, click on Issue Evites to send the electronic invitation to the candidate appointee. Click the OK button to confirm the issuance of the invitation, thus completing the invitation process. The confirmation will show that the invitation has been emailed to the candidate appointee. Click on Return to Roster to return to the incoming roster screen. Once a background check is initiated, the candidate appointee will receive an email, shown here, sent from CastleBranch, with instructions on how to initiate their background check and self-report all their required information. When the candidate receives the welcome email and invitation from CastleBranch, they'll also be advised to initiate their background check by signing a disclosure and authorization release form. The candidate appointee must respond to the invitation before the expiration date. As mentioned previously, this date is adjustable and can be extended by the department while creating the invitation to allow for additional response time. It's recommended to set this date at 5 business days out. It's important to note that a delay in this stage of the process would increase the turnaround time for the background check to be completed, as the background investigation does not start until CastleBranch receives a completed invitation and disclosure statement. Candidates' appointees will be required to provide their Social Security number, SSN, if assigned an SSN, as well as other personal information to complete the background investigation. All personal identifiable information, or PII, is safeguarded by CastleBranch by using a combination of online and offline security technologies, procedures, and organizational measures. Candidates' appointees will receive an email when their background check is complete. This email also includes a copy of the results obtained during the background investigation. Before the background check process can begin, the candidate will need to respond to the invitation and complete the candidate questionnaire. To review the electronic invitation to determine if the candidate appointee has responded to the request, click on the Evites tab. Enter the candidate appointee's first or last name or Social Security number into the search box and click Find. Once the candidate appointee is located, click on their name to open the Employee Details screen. To edit, cancel, or reissue an expired invitation, first, on the Employee Details screen, click on the Evites tab to review the electronic invitation that was issued. Next, select the paper with pencil icon under the Edit Cancel header, located under the second data block on the page. Next, to extend an expired invitation, click the Edit option and enter a new expiration date. If you need to cancel an invitation, select the trash can icon under the Edit Cancel header located under the second data block on the page. If the invitation is canceled, the invitation will need to be reissued. Finally, should you need to reissue an invitation, you'll return to the roster and issue the invitation again in the same manner you did initially. If the invitation is canceled, the invitation will need to be reissued. If a background check has been completed within the last 6 months, the results may be used for a subsequent position or appointment. The background check supervisor or consultant, in consultation with the respective central office, for example, OHR, APO, EHRA, non-faculty HR, etc., will assess whether or not the previous background check results are valid based on the requirements of the new position or appointment. The background check supervisor or consultant will review the request to determine if the convictions are related to the scope of duties for the new position or appointment, the severity, and how recent the convictions were, and if there's any pattern to the convictions. Additional background check components may need to be completed to meet the additional duties of the new position. To request the use of a previous background check, contact the background check unit at 919-962-5742 and be prepared to provide the following information: the reason for the background check, the point of contact information, the appointment type of the new position, the candidate appointee information, and any special categories that the candidate appointee may be subject to in their new position, such as contact with minors. The background check unit will then review the previous background check and take all of the above collected information and evaluate the request against the previous background check. Once previous results are evaluated, the background check unit will upload the background check summary page in the CastleBranch system under the Candidate Appointees Documents tab. The final results at the bottom of the summary page will either be marked clear, not clear, or cleared without driving privileges. If the background check summary page is marked clear on the bottom of the page beside final results, then your request was approved and you're clear to move forward with the hiring process using the previous background check. If the background check summary page is marked not clear, then your request was not approved and a new background check invitation will need to be created and sent to the candidate appointee to begin a new background check. If the background check summary page is marked cleared without driving privileges, then your request was approved. However, the candidate appointee will not be able to operate a vehicle vehicle while performing any of their scope of duties for the new position. If the background check unit determines that the previous background check is still valid, but additional components need to be ordered or completed, you'll be contacted. Next, we'll review how to monitor the background check as it moves through the process. There are several components that comprise the background check. The standard processing time frame can average between 4 to 5 days, depending on the candidate appointee's response time and the amount of investigation necessary to complete the background check. The timeline above outlines the steps taken to complete the background check process and the typical time frame for each. To check the status of the candidate appointee invitation, navigate to the incoming roster and click on the Evites tab. Search for the candidate by entering first or last name or social security number in the search box and clicking Find. Select the candidate appointee record to view if the candidate appointee has responded to the invitation. You'll be able to tell the candidate has responded to the invitation by the green check next to the Demographics Document Manager. Once the candidate has responded, the roster will indicate that the background check is in process. To check on the status of a background check that's in progress, you'll need to review the incoming roster by clicking on the Roster tab in the top left corner of the web page. Select Incoming from drop-down menu. To locate a specific individual, click the All tab and search for the candidate appointee by entering the last name, first name, or their SSN in the search bar. Next, select the search criteria based on information entered. Once you've selected your search criteria, click Find to locate the candidate appointee. When reviewing the status of a background check on your school or department home screen, the applicant will be coded as one of the classification indicators listed. These classifications will change as the background check moves through the approval process. The classifications are In Process, BGC or Background Check Unit. The background check is still ongoing at CastleBranch. Issued to EHRA Non-Faculty Office. The background check has been forwarded to the EHRA Non-Faculty HR Consultant for review. Issued to Employment. The background check has been forwarded to the Employment Consultant for review. Issued to Academic Personnel Office, or APO. The background check has been forwarded to the Academic Personnel Office for review. Closed. The background check is complete, and the results summary page is available in the CastleBranch system. The background check status will be categorized as one of 5 categories: Issued, Pending Alert, In Process, Expired, or Complete, which is represented by a green check. Issued means a background check that a candidate hasn't responded to yet will be categorized as issued. In Process means background checks started but not completed will be categorized as in process. Pending means background checks that have a pending alert will have a yellow caution sign under the Alerts tab, meaning that there's something that requires action. You may see that the disclosure and authorization release form hasn't been completed and needs to be prior to the vendor completing the investigation, or that the candidate needs to report their current county of residence to complete the investigation. A background check invitation that is expired will have the word Expired next to the invitation. Any completed background check action will be marked with a green check and completion date. Now we'll discuss how to retrieve and interpret the background check results summary details. Once the vendor has completed their portion of the background check, it'll be action marked Complete on the far right, indicating that action has been completed. Once the background check unit has completed the review of the background check results and created a personal identification number, or PID, and profile, the background check unit uploads a background check results summary page for the hiring department in CastleBranch and changes the status to closed. The summary page includes candidate details, positions details, and whether the overall background check is clear, not clear, or pending, and is used by the hiring department to initiate a hire action. If documents have been uploaded for a candidate appointee, Click Documents to view the documents list. The Documents tab is where you'll find the background check summary page and/or degree verification documents for your candidate appointee. This page will not show the result details of any adverse findings during the background check. Documents stored on this tab include the background check summary page and any degree or professional license verifications, along with any previously completed background check summary reports. To view a specific document, click the file name under the attachment column. Important note: do not delete documents from this screen. If you delete a document, it'll be permanently deleted from the employee's background check record. This is a copy of a background check summary page. Key information for the hiring department, including the stamp number, date completed, PID, and package information is located at the top of the page, and the final results of the background check is indicated on the bottom of the page. The final results will be marked as clear, not clear, or pending. Clear indicates that an individualized assessment has been completed and the background check results were deemed satisfactory. This status indicates that the hiring department may proceed with the hiring process. Pending indicates the background check unit received the background check results, and adverse findings are currently being evaluated. Not clear indicates that an individualized assessment has been completed, and based on several factors, it was not in the best interest of the university to hire this candidate appointee for the given position. You should verify that all information on candidate appointee is correct, and the correct background check package and components, such as driving credentials verification, were completed. The cost of the background check is indicated on the summary page with the red arrow pointing to amount due on right side of page, which should be reported to your business office. As a reminder, be sure to use the PID and name provided on the background check results summary when initiating the hire action to ensure that the correct individual is hired. Completion date is the date the background check process was completed. It's important to remember that the hire date cannot occur prior to the date of the background check completion date. The portions of the page that are circled are the most important parts of the page. This is where you locate the required information needed to complete the hire action, the background check information, and whether or not the case is clear, not clear, or pending. It's important to understand key terms used when referring to the background check status, including what a complete or clear status means when the background check unit categorizes a background check. Complete: the background check process has been completed by the vendor, and the appropriate next steps are being taken based on the results received by the BC unit. Clear: the background check unit has reviewed and cleared the background check results. The PID has been created, and the department may proceed with the hire process. To avoid issues or delays in the background check process, it's important to be aware of these additional key terms. Date of order means the date that the candidate appointee responded to the invitation. Date completed means the date that CastleBranch returns the background check. The date completed is the date we use to calculate the validity period of the background check. These are two of the most commonly made mistakes when reissuing an invitation. You must reselect the background check package and also input all of the flex field data to resend the invitation. A new expiration date must be selected when reissuing an invitation, as it will not auto-update from the last date selected. There are several resources to assist you with the background check process. It's important that you familiarize yourself with the background check policies and procedures and understand where to find them. Please refer to the OHR Disbursement Services, Environment, Health and Safety, and Student Affairs policies for the most up-to-date versions with recent changes added for each policy. Not being familiar with and regularly reviewing policies and procedures could cost your department time, money, and ultimately a candidate appointee. Contact the Background Unit Monday through Friday via the Background Check Hotline at 919-962-5742 or by email at backgroundcheck@unc.edu with any questions. This concludes your background check computer-based training. In order to complete the training and receive credit, please complete the knowledge check. The knowledge check exam can be accessed through Sakai after completion of all computer-based training.